New York City was a baseball town without a National League team. The Brooklyn Dodgers and New York Giants had left for California, leaving a void in the city. In 1962, the New York Mets were born. They joined the National League as an expansion team. The Mets were named after the Metropolitans, a 19th-century New York baseball team. The team's colors, blue and orange, were chosen to represent the city, blue for the Dodgers and orange for the Giants. The Mets played their first 2 seasons at the historic Polo Grounds, which was the former home of the Giants. In 1964 they moved to Shea Stadium, a brand-new, state-of-the-art facility in Queens. The early Mets teams were known for their struggles, but they captured the hearts of New Yorkers. Fans embraced the team's underdog spirit and never-say-die attitude. The Mets' first few seasons were challenging. They set a National League record for most losses in a season, 120, in 1962. Despite the losses, there were glimmers of hope. Players like Tom Seaver, Cleon Jones, and Jerry Koosman emerged as stars. Manager Casey Stengel, a former Yankees legend, provided colorful quotes and kept the team's spirits high. In 1969, everything changed. The Miracle Mets, as they became known, defied all odds. They won the National League East, the National League Championship Series, and the World Series. This improbable championship cemented the Mets' place in baseball history. It created a legacy of resilience that continues to inspire fans today. The 1969 Mets were a team of destiny. Led by their stellar pitching staff, they went on an improbable run. They transformed from lovable losers to World Series champions. Tom Seaver, nicknamed the Franchise, had one of the greatest seasons in MLB history. He won 25 games and captured the Cy Young Award. The Mets faced the heavily favored Baltimore Orioles in the World Series. The Orioles had won 109 games that season. The Mets, however, were not intimidated. They swept the Orioles in 5 games, completing one of the biggest upsets in baseball history. The 1969 World Series remains a defining moment for the Mets. It solidified their place in New York sports lore. Following their World Series triumph, the Mets remained competitive throughout the 1970s. They reached the World Series again in 1973, losing to the Oakland Athletics. The team featured stars like Rusty Staub, Dave Kingman, and John Matlack. However, they were unable to replicate the magic of 1969. The late 1970s and early 1980s were a period of transition for the Mets. The team struggled to remain competitive. Attendance declined, and the Mets entered a rebuilding phase. Despite the challenges, the Mets' loyal fan base never wavered. They continued to believe in the team, hoping for a return to glory. Section 5, Generation K, and a return to glory. The mid-1980s saw the emergence of a talented young team. This team would come to be known as Generation K. Dwight Gooden, Darryl Strawberry, and Lenny Dykstra formed the core of this exciting team. Gooden, in particular, took the league by storm. He won the Rookie of the Year award in 1984. He followed that with a Cy Young Award-winning season in 1985, striking out a league-leading 268 batters. In 1986, the Mets won a franchise record 108 games. They defeated the Houston Astros in a thrilling National League Championship Series. This set up a World Series matchup against their crosstown rivals, the Boston Red Sox. Section 6, The Curse of '86 and the Subway Series. The 1986 World Series is considered one of the most dramatic in baseball history. The Mets battled back from a 3-2 deficit to force a Game 7 at Shea Stadium. Game 6 in particular remains etched in baseball lore. The Red Sox were 1 out away from winning the World Series. Then, Bill Buckner's infamous error allowed the Mets to tie the game and eventually win in extra innings. The Mets won Game 7, securing their second World Series championship. However, the series also marked the beginning of what some fans called the Curse of '86. Several key players, including Gooden and Strawberry, faced personal struggles in the years that followed. Despite the curse, the Mets remained relevant, reaching the playoffs in 1988 and again in 2000. The 2000 World Series, a Subway Series matchup against the New York Yankees, captivated the city. Section 7. A new millennium, a new stadium. The 21st century brought new challenges and opportunities for the Mets. After playing 45 seasons at Shea Stadium, the team moved into Citi Field in 2009. Citi Field, a state-of-the-art facility, pays homage to the Mets' history while embracing the future. It features a retractable roof, a larger capacity, and numerous amenities for fans. The Mets reached the World Series in 2015, facing the Kansas City Royals. Despite a valiant effort, the Mets fell short, losing in 5 games. The team continued to experience both highs and lows in the following years. They made the playoffs in 2016, but struggled to maintain consistency. Section 8. Rebuilding and Resurgence. Following several disappointing seasons, the Mets underwent a period of rebuilding. They focused on developing young talent and strengthening their farm system. In 2021, Steve Cohen purchased the team. Cohen, a lifelong Mets fan, brought renewed energy and financial resources to the organization. Under Cohen's ownership, the Mets have been aggressive in free agency. They have acquired star players like Francisco Lindor and Max Scherzer. The team has also seen the emergence of young stars like Pete Alonso and Jacob deGrom. With a talented roster and a passionate fan base, the Mets are poised for success in the years to come. Section 9. The Mets' Legacy, a story of perseverance and passion. The New York Mets have experienced their share of triumphs and heartbreaks. From their humble beginnings to their World Series championships, the Mets have left an undeniable mark on Major League Baseball. Through it all, the Mets fans have remained loyal. They continue to pack Citi Field, cheering on their team with unwavering enthusiasm. The Mets' connection with their fans is one of the strongest in all of sports. The Mets' legacy is one of perseverance, passion, and the unwavering spirit of New York City. The team's history is a testament to the power of belief and the enduring love affair between a city and its baseball team. As the Mets move forward, they carry with them the hopes and dreams of generations of fans who bleed blue and orange.